Good evening, everybody.
Hello there.
My name is Coviello Salines,
And I'm Judy of Black.
and today we are going to be reviewing Mary J. Blige wine, Sun Goddess.
This is her new release of a Sauvignon Blanc and a rosé from Friuli, Italy.
Yes.
Friuli, Italy is known for producing really high quality white wines with freshness and fruit. A great combination.
Yes.
Not too dry, not too sweet.
Exactly. So the Spumoni, the Prosecco mostly, and then you're going to get Chardonnays, Sauvignon Blancs, and then you're going to get Pinot Grigio up there as well, which those are the dynamics of what we're going to be having here. She has a Pinot Grigio here that didn't really sit on the skins as much, so you're not going to really get that pink dynamic, that color that you're going to see.
Actually, but actually, this does have a little pink to it, though. It's got a little bit of a rosé.
A little bit.
And some Pinot Grigio, like if you think of some of the Pinot Grigio that people really are familiar with, like Santa Margherita, it doesn't have as much color as this. This is like really pretty, actually.
The Ramato style.
Yeah. And then the Sauvignon Blanc has a little greenish yellow color.
And the kick to this is to die for, honestly. So if you're an acidic fan, this is something that you definitely enjoy. If you definitely enjoy Mediterranean foods and things of that nature. So let's get into it.
It's fresh. Oh yeah, let's talk about the name first. The way she named it. She named the wine Sun Goddess because that was her nickname. Her family gave her sister, and her family nicknamed Mary Sun Goddess because she enjoyed being in the sunshine so much. Which is why we're listening to her. My Life. This was one of her best albums, in my opinion.
It absolutely was. And Mary can't really go wrong with her music. Mary's just amazing, all around the board. But and I was looking at the label, and I thought it was I thought it was very different how she utilized the image of just taking in the sun, like on the label. We've heard a little bit that it looks like, a woman with an afro just looking up at the sun, taking all of that melanin glow. It's very beautiful, very beautiful.
Yeah, and you know what else I just recognized? You know what else I just realized?
What's that?
It also looks like a record album. It's a real work of art.
Of course. It should have been platinum because that's all she ever goes. Not gold, platinum, right? So, would you like to break down the actual Sauv Blanc that we're looking at now? This Sauvignon Blanc that we have here.
So this Sauvignon Blanc, I'm a big Sauvignon Blanc fan. I typically like my Sauvignon Blanc to be with no oak treatment on it, which is like this. What this is, it's stainless steel fermented, so you can really get the freshness of the fruit. Because that's the idea to me of Sauvignon Blanc. It's not supposed to taste like wood. It's supposed to just taste like freshness, and that's what this wine does. It hits you first of all on the nose,
absolutely,
with like this fresh lime, little honeydew melon. What else did we get on this? We said a little bit of
slight gooseberry.
Yeah, and a little gooseberry, kind of like that gooseberry scent that you get on New Zealand wines, but it's not as pungent. But it definitely has some nose clearing acidity to it. When you smell this, it kind of flares your nostrils a little bit, so you know this is going to be like a fresh wine,
And even before you actually got it in a glass, it was very distinct. Like I got honey notes from a honeydew. I like to compare it to right when you squeeze that lemon on that lobster tail or crab leg. Like that's exactly the acidity that you get from this wine. So.
And it has a little bit of a floral component, maybe like honeysuckle. Or something. I get a little bit of florals. It's a very aromatic wine, very aromatic. Makes you really want to taste.
Extraordinary, yeah, and it's not super overbearing either.
And on the palate, you get the same thing, like really fresh, crisp, cleansing, makes your mouth water. And you want to get something, think about this wine, I think this would be like a really good seafood wine.
Oh, absolutely, because the minerality isn't so, and I was really surprised about seeing it on the border of Italy. So usually when you get more into the Slovenia area, you get more minerality when it comes down to their white wines, right? But this doesn't really have too much minerality on it. It's very clean. The finish is not long lasting, but it's not bitter as well. So I was super surprised about that. And then looking into the I hope I don't butcher this, but Fentel, Fentanel Winery. They have about 300 hectares of land that they're utilizing this stuff on, and the production level, about 4 million and production, and they were actually came about in 1969, and the winemaker there is Alberto Zenillo. So I'm not too familiar with the winemaker, but I'm gonna definitely look more of his work up. But this is also in the designation of the Coviello region, and that's northern Italy, right on the border next to Slovenia. So, but yeah, this is very drinkable for the summer.
And the other thing about it I like is that it's not like a bone. It's somewhere in the middle of. It's not as bold and in your face as a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, but it's also not as bone dry and crisp as a Sancerre. It's somewhere in the middle. That's one of the things I like about Italian Sauvignon Blancs too. And of course, this is Italian. You know, this would be good with some Italian food like linguine and clams, or
mussels,
or frittata, squash blossom. You know, fried squash blossom fritters or something like that. And for people of Caribbean descent or Mediterranean, I can also see, because this has a little bit of fruit on it, more than your typical bone dry wine. I can also see foods that have a tiny bit of spice, a little bit of pepper.
Maybe
like conch.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Conch,
I was gonna just throw that
conch.
out. Whiting, of course.
Yeah.
When you have the whiting with the onions and like the vinegar
Escovitch.
in there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Ceviche. Oh, this will go amazing with ceviche.
But also escovitch.
Yes.
Escovitch. That's the Jamaican fried fish with like the onions and the vinegary sauce.
Right.
On
Exactly.
Top. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That would. Oh my goodness. We should have probably paired this with that. Yes, but
it's time to order some food.
Right, absolutely. So this is it's something that I'm glad that she did this way, because again, when it comes down to her fan base, you don't want to make something that's so outlandish to the person that your fans would not want to consume this. I can see this being a universal wine that people would enjoy. For me, Sauvignon Blanc is something that I think everybody can enjoy at some point, whether it be, just enjoying it by the water, enjoying it on the beach, or enjoying it with, your favorite seafood or things of that nature. If you don't eat seafood, your favorite, light pastas or light salads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Green vegetables.
Exactly. And everybody's going that way anyway, the vegan way and stuff of that nature, so it's a good thing.
And it's affordable.
Yes.
It's about $20 a bottle.
Oh, that's very affordable.
Yeah, especially for the quality.
Right.
Good QPR, good quality price ratio. So I'm gonna give this one 2 thumbs up.
I'm gonna give it 2, and that adds 4, and I'll say 4 out of 5. But it's Mary, so I'm gonna give a 5 out of 5. Come on, Mary. I need to check for that. No, but it's definitely amazing. Like I said, the finish is there. You get that green apple on the back end.
That's the other thing. Yeah, I didn't bring out the green apple notes. I
Green apple is very distinct here. And,
Granny Smith.
Yes, absolutely. And, I'm really excited to dive into, I would love to actually taste a Chardonnay from this winery as well, honestly, because I want to see what they can pull out, especially Prosecco too. Italy is known for their varieties of Prosecco that they have out there. It's fantastic. We're going to actually be opening one of those soon, but we wanted to have a just
a little intro.
value this because Mary did amazing with this.
So now let's go on to the rosé.
Sure, thank you.
That for you.
So, do you want to give a little background on this?
I don't remember a lot about this. I know it's in the Ramada method, and it is. Do we know? Did we look at the grapes on this? What are the grapes on this?
Let me see. I'll look at it right now.
It's just got. One thing that really stood out to me.
I know it's Pinot. Yeah, it's a Pinot Grigio.
It's a Pinot Grigio, but it has this blushy color, so it almost looks like a rosé, a pale rosé. It has a little more pink, and Pinot Grigio is a blushy pink, actually kind of a pink grape, but a lot of times it doesn't show up in in the press of the wine juice. I'm not quite sure all the reasons why. It may probably just be the amount of time that they leave the wine on the skins. But this wine has a real like peachy on the nose. It just smells like ripe peaches. Like you could feel like you just bit into a ripe peach and got that juice all over your mouth, your upper lip or something. And it's also, but then it's got a little bit of freshness. And what else am I getting on this?
You get a slight nectar.
Nectarine or nectar? Like nectar, like bee nectar, like honey bee nectar, or nectarine.
Meaning very subtle lilac. Getting lilac.
Yeah, there's some floral on here. There's some floral components.
I gotta say, all like her wines, this two that she has, like she really brought that aromatic. I think that was like probably the number one thing that she wanted to really accentuate in these wines.
They have a real perfume to them.
Super, super, super bowl hit with this. And that's something that again, when you have a wine such as an Italian wine like this, you expect to have that heavy aromatic. Or if you're dealing with the palate, if you're dealing with like a Barolo, like a Nebbiolo or something like that, you expect that heavy hit on the palate. So
these are very sensual wines.
Yeah.
Very sensual. They're pretty colors, pretty nose, and then even on the palate, it's like this one is very velvety. Like it's very smooth. I feel like it's creamy almost. Like there could have been maybe a little bit of malolactic fermentation, because I'm getting some creaminess on this.
Yeah.
It's not just like sharp and piercing on your palate. It's just very smooth and seductive.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I was just reading on the how the land and how some of the products were coined. They do a lot of malolactic fermentation on a lot of their fruits.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yes.
I detected that. It's because it's just so smooth and creamy.
And I'm trying to find out exactly where they said that on here, because I was just reading that earlier. And, that just shows how much time they really put into their winemaking processes here. And I so want to visit this.
So this is kind of in a Mediterranean area. It's near the Adriatic Sea. So you could also I could see this with Greek food.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what the grapes are. Did they say on the website what the grapes are in the rosé? They may not tell us. It's not that important, but I would recommend this too. What would I have this with? This definitely could go with like a little bit of Caribbean food too, like some jerk chicken.
So here, and not to cut you off, I want to break down a little bit of this. This is 100% Pinot Grigio, actually. And again, they did this soil and gravel, and the altitude in the area as well is around 300 to 400 feet. The foothills, I don't know if anybody's ever been to the northern part of Italy, but it's very mountainous, and you have these little pockets of water, little pockets of land, and most of the vineyards and most of the actual harvest is sloping down these large mountains. So it's very beautiful, but makes it sometimes difficult when it comes out to the harvest. Sometimes you see people like rappelling from mountains. But the viticulture of this is the short maceration process. Contact with the skins for some hours at cold temperatures, around 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, followed by the fermentation via natural yeast, and temperature controlled in stainless steel tanks, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. with the wine maturing in steel tanks for about 4 months.
And-
Yeah, so
these are moderate in alcohol. They're both 12.5% alcohol, so
Yes.
not too high in alcohol. That won't overpower, the food, or make you too hot on a really hot day. Really high alcohol wines can kind of like get you feeling hot and sweaty and
Right.
lethargic. This is just like uplifting.
yeah, no, I'm not. We had probably had like 2-3 glasses of this now, and I'm
not whole glasses.
not whole glasses,
Tasting
yeah.
pours, tasting pours.
You're right, but we're still very much vibrant. I hope. Very alert. Usually this is not a go to bed type of wine, so I can definitely have this. I would love to have this at the beach very, very soon. Soak in some sun. Maybe I could be a sun goddess myself, taking some sun melanin. So yeah, I really enjoy this. The total acidity is 5.4.
I don't think we need to give them all the technical specs.
Hey, we're not gonna give you all the technical specs. You can look that up. Definitely look that up.
That's not the value added.
The
value added is our interpretation, our perception of the wine, and whether we recommend it or not.
Absolutely, and I give
in
it.
the end, it's not about the numbers.
Exactly. Well, I'm a scientist, so I have to be about the numbers. But no, this is a great wine. Jay, I say it's like a 4.55.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed this one.
And
Absolutely.
it was fun tasting with you.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Cheers to that as well too. Yes. Mary, you did an amazing job. Congratulations on this amazing wine. And we hope to see a whole collection from you.
And
Absolutely.
that's the 411.
Ah,
Sun goddess.
That's a fact. Thank you all for joining us and have a great night. Cheers to you.